Holy calves and quads. The CrossFit workout 18.3 was a challenge. With double unders, squats, and snatches, the lower body took quite a beating. And to add on to that, adding some muscle ups, the upper body was involved as well. So in this video, we're going to go over a couple of recovery exercises that mainly focuses on the calves, quads, and also the lats. Let's start off with foam rolling for the lats. So I'm going to just lay on my side, my arm's going to be up overhead, and I'm going to have the foam roller right in the armpit. My body's actually going to be rotated back just a little bit, so that way I can focus more on the lats as opposed to the pec muscles, which are on the front. When you're doing this, be careful. If you're getting numbness and tingling, you're probably on a nerve, so you want to try to avoid that. I personally like to use a lacrosse ball instead. I feel like it helps get a little bit more specific to the lats. So I'm just going to have my arm up overhead again, and I'm just going to pin the lacrosse ball up against the wall, and I'll slowly roll up and down again, kind of more on that back side of the armpit, but you can definitely do the front as well if you want to do a little bit of pec. The advantage of this one as well is that if you flex your elbow, you'll stretch out the triceps as well, so it kind of helps differentiate the tissues between triceps and lats. We can also do a static stretch for the lats, so I'm going to have a band anchored up above, so it could be to a squat rack or something like that. And then I'm just going to sit into a child's pose position, and so I should feel a nice little stretch in the armpit area and also on the back side of the shoulder. I also like to rotate just a little bit, so in this position my arm's actually going to come back behind my head. I think that gets a little bit better stretch on the lats. Hold for somewhere between 30 to 45 seconds, and then you could just switch and do the other side. Next, we'll focus on the calf muscles. So with all those double unders, the calves are definitely going to get their work in. So we're just going to start with the foam roller, nice and easy, ankle in neutral. Just roll from just below the knee to just above the Achilles. You actually don't want to go right on the Achilles tendon. That'll tend to just irritate it. We can also do a variation where in this one, I'm actually pointing my toes away from me. So I'm actually contracting the calf muscles while I do this. It helps just kind of stretch them in a different position. Be sure that you're rolling left and right as well, so that way you're getting the inside and the outside portions of the calf. Typically the outside portion is a little bit more tender. And so for this one, I'm actually going to stretch my calf while I foam roll. So I'm actually pointing my toes up towards me. Typically when you're foam rolling, you want to foam roll for somewhere between 30 seconds to a minute. And then you could just switch and do the other side. We'll pair this with just a simple calf stretch up against the wall. And so what we're going to do is we're just going to be stretching the right calf in this picture. The thing that I like to do is actually rotate just a little bit, so now we can focus on the inside and the outside portions of the calf. We can also, if we're looking at trying to stretch not only the gastroc but also the soleus muscle, if we bend our back knee and then do this same stretch, we'll actually focus on the soleus because it doesn't cross the knee joint. And we're going to finish up with foam rolling for the quads. If you watch the recovery videos for 18.1 and 18.2, this isn't a new exercise. If this is your first time seeing it, I just have my left leg on the foam roller, my right leg is off of the foam roller just for support, and I'm going to slowly roll up towards the front of my hip and then down to just above my kneecap. I'm also rotating left to right so I can get the vastus lateralis muscle on the outside of the quad and then the vastus medialis muscle on the inside of the quad there. And we'll pair this up with a contract and relax exercise here. So I just have a stretch strap around my ankle, and I'm going to pull so that way I'm stretching the quad here, holding somewhere between 10 to 15 seconds. And then what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to contract the quad. So I'm going to push against the band, not letting it move. Again, holding for somewhere between 10 to 15 seconds. This contraction will actually help relax the quad, so then we'll go back into a stretch, trying to go a little bit further, and just repeat for 3 to 4 rounds. The benefit here is that we can also work on the outside portion of the quad, so focusing on the vastus lateralis muscle. So I just switch sides, so I'm still doing the left leg, but now I'm pulling diagonally across my body. Same thing, stretch for 10 to 15 seconds, then contract for 10 to 15 seconds, and repeat.